Now, using what we've learned, we're going to create some burgers from scratch. Since we're going to be making a hamburger and cheeseburger, we need to start by making a burger's menu category. We're going to tap Add or Edit Category, confirm, select the last available row, and enter the category name. Then we're going to add the sort order number and save. Now that we've created the burgers menu category, we can now create the hamburger and cheeseburger menu items. First, we're going to select the burgers menu category that we just made. Then we're going to add a button. Select the department, which for this item is food. Then enter the button description. For the food items, we would want to send these to the printer in the kitchen, so we're going to set the kitchen printer to kitchen printer 1. Then we're going to select the tax rate and enter the price of the item. Then we're going to save and repeat the process to create cheeseburgers. Set the department to food, enter the button description, set the kitchen printer to kitchen printer 1, set the tax rate to 9.8, and enter the price. And with that, we've created 2 menu items, the hamburger and the cheeseburger. Now, we have to create modifiers for the burgers that we have made. We will be creating these modifier categories and menu items. First, we're going to tap Menu Category and switch to Modifier Category. Then we're going to tap Add or Edit Category, confirm, and add the category name for the categories that we're going to create, starting with the Meat Temp mod. Then enter the order number and create the next category. Next, we'll make the Veggie mod. Then create the Condiment mod. And the Burger Extras mod. And then tap Save. And now that we've created the modifier categories, we have to create the items to fill the categories with. We're going to start by selecting the Meat Temp mod, and I'm going to fill in these items into the Meat Temp mod. I'll start by adding a button, selecting the department, and entering the button description. Then we'll set the tax and set the price. Then we'll press Save. I'm going to repeat this process for the rest of the items on this category. And now we're going to go and fill the cheese mod. Add a button, set the department, enter the button description, and set the price to 0. Then we'll save. And I'm going to fill in the rest of the cheese mod category. Next, we're going to move on to the veggie mod category. And we're going to fill it in with these modifiers. We'll start by adding a button, setting the department to food, entering the button description, setting the tax, and then setting the price. And tap save. Now I'm going to go and fill in the rest of this modifier category. And now we're going to go and fill out the condiment mod category. We're going to select that category and add these modifiers. We're going to start with mayo, set the department to food, enter the button description, set the tax, and enter the price. Tap save, and I'm going to repeat this process with the rest of the modifiers for this category. Now we're going to move on to the Burger Extras mod. We're going to select this modifier category, and we're going to add these modifiers. We're going to start with double meat, add a button, set the department to food, enter the button description, set the tax, and enter the price. Then save. I'm going to repeat and create the rest of these modifiers for this category. And with that, we've created all the modifier items for these categories. Now, we can assign these modifiers to the burger menu items. We're going to tap Modifier Category and switch back to Menu Category. Select the burgers, and then we're going to start with the hamburger item. We're going to tap Modifier Setup and assign the modifiers that we just made, starting with the meat temp mod, then going to the veggie mod, then the condiments mod, and the burger extras mod. We're going to want to make the meat temp mod a forced modifier, so we're going to set the pick number to 1, and then we're going to save. Next, we're going to move on to the cheeseburger menu item. We're going to tap Modifier Setup, and we're going to copy the modifiers over from the hamburger item by tapping Make Modifier Same As and selecting Hamburger and tapping Copy. And then we're going to add a cheese modifier and also make the cheese modifier a forced modifier and set the pick number to 1. Then we're going to save. And with that, we've created the hamburger and cheeseburger menu items in their own menu category. And we created and assigned modifiers to them. Now we're going to go and take a look at the items that we created through the Take Orders module. But since we just created these items, to view them in the Take Orders module, we have to first restart the app. So we're going to exit the app and relaunch it. With an already open shift, I'm going to tap Take Orders. And you can see here the iced macchiato that we created, the shots modifiers that we also created, and the coffee mod that we attached to it. You can also see the burgers category that we made along with our 2 burger items. You can see the meat temp mod that we added to both items. That is a forced modifier. And you can see the other modifier categories and items that we created. And the same goes for the cheeseburger.